ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the one you were waiting for, the one that will steal my show in a few seconds. I can't help it, but the sex appeal rises. Luke Dale, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, sir. That is yours.
Thank you.
And now I can hug you.
Oh.
Luke, thank
How are
you.
you doing?
I'm living the dream.
Living the dream.
Luke, thank you very much for being with me today. Thank you very much for coming
it's
here.
my pleasure.
I read
Kingdom coming.
yeah, absolutely, twice now. I read on your social media because you fucker are more than super active right now, which is a good thing because the people love you out there. They're absolutely crazy.
I don't know if Toby thinks it's a good thing always, but
It's
yeah.
Well, it really depends sometimes, right? But I read on your socials that exactly 9 years ago you successfully failed the audition of becoming Henry.
I did fail.
And now you ended up to become probably the most liked character of the game. So
I'll take what I can get. Do you know, I'll take anything.
No, to your chin.
To my chin?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now? No, I mean, I didn't get Henry, but I did get Hans, which is the consolation prize, but I'll take it.
I mean, you embraced the role.
I did.
Because you even got inked, which we can't see today, but you got inked yesterday, right? Or the day before?
I did. I can't show it you now because it's got a second skin on it.
Ew.
And it's got like congealed blood and ink. But
Can someone peel it off then? Is it like
you could, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Ew.
No.
Ew.
No.
No.
But what I do have, because tonight there's a theme of blue and gold, right?
There you go.
That's our branding.
Yeah.
And doosh,
Oh my god.
gold lining.
Oh.
This is a tailor-made Vietnamese suit, guys. Not
Yeah, because
messing
Warhorse
around.
is paying greatly for their jobs. So even
pretty cheap suit, but it's good. It's good quality.
from riches to rags or something like that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, al dentes.
Luke, Audentis, exactly. Luke, your role as Hans Capon, right?
Yes.
You were in the first game. It was you became quickly Henry's best friend. It was
Correct.
more of a side character. Henry was most of the time alone. Now in KCD2, you are most of the time together. You and Henry. So
Yeah.
how did the character develop, if you think about it, between the first game, the second game, and what's your role now in the second part?
Well, the first game, Hans, he's a supporting character and one that I think people really enjoy as a bit of comic relief. He's an important role, but he's not necessarily someone that Henry needs all the time. But I think as we ride off into the distance in the second game, it becomes quite clear that, okay, this is going to be quite an important part, and he does. And yeah, like I love what you keep saying about how, you know, it's almost like this band of brothers that we have situation. It's like a Ocean's 11 vibe. And yeah, Hans is very much the right-hand man of Henry and vice versa. So look forward to that. If you want to see this ugly mug further, please tune in and play the game.
So the game and the previews already showed that there's quite a lot of swearing and like
Yes.
hard language. Was that weird, or was that second nature for you, or how would you describe the script of KCD?
I never fucking swear, so it's no problem for me. No, I mean,
of course not.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. It's an 18, the game, isn't it? So I actually said in an interview the other day, I got a bit carried away and I was really excited about the historical nature of the game. So I was like, oh, they should have this in schools. Kids should play it. And then I quickly realized it's an 18. And I was like, oh, Luke, you've done it again. What an idiot.
You played the first game now, or streamed it several times?
I
Have you
have.
played the second game already?
No, not once. I think I did it for about 3 seconds the other night and I died immediately. But
Oh yeah, when you crashed my stream. Thank you very much.
I crashed
for
your
that.
stream.
That's absolutely amazing thing. The best thing you could have done.
I did, and no. So that's the entire amount I've played it, and I didn't feel like I did it justice. So you know.
But look, you became someone of like one of the people in a way. So you are very active on the social media. You are present. You are streaming sometimes. You are very strong on tweeting and redditing and so on.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did you intertwine so much with this project? Does that happen to other actors usually as well, or is that like a special thing, or how did you end up there?
From what I can tell and what the community have told me, like this is not something that most actors do when they're in a video game. They don't tend to engage as much as someone like myself, but it's a testament to the fans. I feel comfortable doing it. And I mean that. Like, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. If I got any kind of, weird vibes, I would not do it. I would find it very weird and just step away. But because my interactions are always positive, everyone's so lovely, so warm, so welcoming to me, and so they seem to want more of it. So I stream, and I really enjoy the process, and I want to promote the game as much as I can because I love doing it, and hopefully that helps in some small way. So I see no downside.
And now that you are becoming a much more prominent character in the second game, you were also way more often in the studio, right? So
Yeah.
how do those sessions work? Are you alone, or do you? I mean, you are also doing the motion capture for Hans, right, in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
So how does a regular day kind of look like if you come to the studio?
So very different between the motion capture and the voiceover. So in the motion capture, you're usually working with other actors, which is a great joy. And it's a little bit more demanding on your time. You're doing these long, long hours. But then when you get into the voiceover, it's you on your own, really. And the only thing I have to bounce off is sometimes Tom's lines, because it's usually Tom I'm working with. Tom's line will be played to me.
Tom McKay.
Tom McKay, Henry. His lines will be played to me if he's done them already, and then I can bounce off that and use it. But if he didn't do them already, it'll be one of the directors in the booth who will feed me a line. And so that's really it. I've just me in a booth. So I much prefer the motion capture stage. Like, that's the first thing we do, and it's really fun because you're working with all these different actors doing your thing. Voiceover can be quite isolating, but it's still a really fun challenge. It's just not quite as fun as the motion capture.
But tell me about your story now. So, I mean, in the beginning, when was it when we reached out to you? Was it like 2016, 15, something like that?
So I flew out on February 1st, which was...
Yeah, 9 years ago, you said,
yeah,
right? That's
so
what
literally 9 years ago, just the other day.
I can't do maths. That's like 16.
Yeah,
right?
2016.
Correct.
2016. I just left drama school, and I obviously sent this self-tape off as an audition, and then Vavra brought me out.
Was that your first video game?
Yes.
Now that you auditioned for this like backwater video game to some Czech Republic fools creating a game in Daniel Vavra's garage, did you tell me about that arc kind of? Where did it start? Then we had the concert together where we did the autograph session where we had hundreds of people lining up wanting to have autographs with you, and now you're the star of the second game, one of the stars of the second game, and we are having this huge party here. Journalists want to talk to you, interviews are rolling in for you. So how does that feel?
Incredible, because it's the kind of trajectory you want for a project. It started off small, with great ambition and great, hopes and dreams for the future, and that's exactly what we've done. I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger every time. And I personally, and I think Tom would agree, we never thought we'd get to this point. We didn't think we'd be doing this 9 years later, and I'd be standing here. But that's because the fans have supported the project, and obviously the devs have stuck with it and worked really hard. So. It's a dream come true, as cliche as it sounds, but it is.
And if you would now thinking of the second game, what if I would ask you what's your favorite thing about the second game?
I'm not allowed to tell you, because if I tell you, I spoil one of the key quests, Toby, which you would.
Oh, so your favorite thing of the game is a specific...
There's a particular quest when people ask me what's your favorite part of the second game that I would say, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Lucky you, but you could tomorrow in 24 hours.
I could, but I won't.
Luke, very much. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much
my pleasure,
for talking to the people.